내가 생각도 denjogi milur mushe sedi topi den delia ane jik jugi ji cedi zamgi ane jik dunga se digi tumiyagi cedi zamgi jewe jawala ane masamba che ane nya jik gewa chima lada myuko wang toya dan tarabada tamje kimbe ko wang toya ane san yuko wang toya ge dondalaya manze bezu shego kures 지상 단주기 밀려를 뭐 제가 돼 맞아 되hen 첨보래 근데 개 첨보시고 인자 된다 닝보데 리딘데 배치 첨보 임바나 신진은 안 저기 된del이야 안에 배치 첨보여 받은 냠내 약고 제투 투가 제고래 사실 그신 아주 디고셔로
Good evening. So last week was the second week we looked at the presentation on the human situation or our precious human rebirth. We spoke about how that this life is something of great value and that we need to come to recognize what we have attained, the great value of what we have attained. And through that we will be able to transcend striving for the mere happiness, the mere pleasure of this one life. And rather, we can use this life as a basis to strive for something far greater. And we can strive to accumulate the causes to ensure that we have a good rebirth, we attain a good rebirth in our future lives, and for great goals greater than that even. So all this training, this mental development that we can engage in, is only dependent on having achieved a life such as we have.
안데네 장 저기 denjugi milur rinpoche toptuba dendelya cedi zamge jawalya anjike jitin chugina jewe tone cedi zamge jawi legarab che dewaina andi ane jike donda chungchung che jehumiyadi nene chungchung chilya ane jike nyanga chenpo ndelya dibo chenpo sayada anjewa chima ngaswan ke gyumongbo sayage chegore dine za dinegi cedi zamge ane jawal 제해디 닝보 균에 민두 섬지 닝보 민두 섬델이야 안에 닝보 매바 섬당고 해서지 그생디 디지슈로.
Furthermore, we spoke about the great danger that can befall one if one's mind is beset with achieving the happiness of this mere life and beset with thoughts of how to overcome problems and difficulties of this one life. In other words, if our mind remained dominated by the need to achieve a wide variety of worldly activities, this life that was achieved with such great hardship, this life that has such tremendous potential, we end up wasting it. And moreover, not only do we waste this precious potential that we've achieved, but there is a grave danger that through these many worldly activities that dominate our lives we accumulate a tremendous amount of negativity. And when that ripens in suffering, and in particular it ripens in the suffering of rebirth in the lower realms. So we looked at that last week, and we spoke again about the essence, about the reasons to not waste this precious opportunity that we've achieved.
아데네 인자다 디리마 슈에딜레 식텔라 아네 밀루 림보체 밀루디 된데 치가르 교회 믿고 봐 닝볼 렘바지체스.
We'll continue tonight from where we finished last night. So on page 14, the second paragraph in the middle, take up the essence of Dharma so that at the time this essenceless human life is left behind, you will not depart from life with regret.
당한주 밀루 디 된다 덴바 시당한주 다다 밀루 림보체 토바디 된다 덴바 제고레라로 와다 된다 덴바 시디 된디 가레라나 다한주게 동아세나 디기 주야 되르와 지사 된다 덴한주 고에게 된다 닝보데 가레라나 디기 주야다 동아세야 되리 지사다 디기다 동아디세야 되리야 한주게 지게 땡기 대화스 두주야지다 땡기 디기 주야데 타바다 탐지 캠프고 와서야 도바이나 땡기 대화다 땡기 동아스 세토야 차고래 다 개와치마 하다 미고바 토바이나 지상 안송의 동안에 타와 타위기 아니 동안 안송의 동안에 타야다 되니 사다미 그 사람이기 되기 때문에 차고로 니단 되나대 된세 디레 지상 디 라야기 규디 두비야 규디려야 배저 제고를 해서 되니기 규디려야 배저 제제 안 규디하고 두바이나 아니 먼저 시간라마도 교박이 말해서 지상 교박이 먹어 봤지 올 시간 교회 미고 봤지 그래서 교회 미고 봤지 그래서 지상 교회 미고 봐 그래서 내가 저기 제들이야 되니기 교화 두바 있나다 교화치마 하다 미고 봐 토에게 교화 두바 있네 네 교회 미고 교화 미고 차고로 다 되네 탈바다 탐지 김보고 봐 토비기 유튜브 있네야 네 교회 미고 봐 차고로 지상한테 시간라마 들려야 밀류기 토와디 톱제 시간라마 들려야 네 교화 미고 왔지 그래서 교화 미고 가르쳐 고래랍나 내가 저기
그런데 아무튼 교화 미고
교화
교파
미케와 체고레스 시가라모 앞에 사서 당하지 지세등은 지주마서 디보장 사신진 교바기고로와 제가 시가라모들 교바 미케와 체고레스 교바 미케와 제에 가르쳐고래람나 세딜이아도 계조주비야들이서 계조주바에나 교바 미케와 되는 거레스
This line, it points to it's connecting to what we spoke about last week. That this life that we've achieved, this rebirth as a human, is something of great value, and hence it's referred to as a precious human rebirth. And what makes it precious is that it's a life of potential great meaning. It's a life where a great purpose can be achieved. So all of us have a wish, and the innermost wish of wanting to experience only happiness and to be freed of problems and difficulties. But we can lift our we can lift our vision, and on the basis of this human rebirth, we can lift our vision and aspire for a happiness that is stable and lasting, a happiness that is not interrupted by even a moment of suffering. And this is the happiness that is achieved when one attains liberation from suffering, or one achieves the enlightened state of a Buddha. So on the basis of this precious human rebirth, we can achieve the purpose of this life, which is to strive for and accomplish such a state. So in order to attain a state of lasting, stable happiness, then one needs to attain liberation and enlightenment, and that can be done on the basis of this life. And if one is sincerely striving for such a goal, even if it's not achieved in this life, as a byproduct of striving for such a goal, one achieves further good rebirths in our future lives. Rebirths such as these we have now as a human, or as a god. So those goals of a good rebirth or liberation and enlightenment, these come about in dependence on the accumulation of specific causes. And when our time of death comes, as it certainly will for all of us, and our mind turns back to how we've lived this life, if we see that we've spent these remaining years accumulating these causes, in other words, accomplishing vast stores of virtue, vast stores of merit, then we'll look back at our life and say, this precious opportunity that I achieved, I didn't waste. This precious opportunity that I achieved, I used well, and I used it well, and that I have created the causes to ensure that I will have a good rebirth in my next life. And this means we'll die without regret, and we'll die without fear, knowing that we'll continue, we'll be able to continue our spiritual progression.
밀리 뒤되나 된바 세대 밀리 세대 안쪽에 가서 된주기 밀리를 못 쳐서야들이 제가 된주기 밀리를 못 쳐. 저기 미혼바 계단 자와 세대 미혼바 계세지로 진짜 냐와이다 dunro somche ane sanji kamme ba yu thagop de kebaseada womba ma sang lokda che la chiring bo kebase dizo ane mikhomba se gore mikhomba 진짜 미혼바 de cheje ge ko yo ma se gore dizo lia cheje ko ko ge ma 진짜 cheje lia dizo 요 말에서 걸 뒤서 말아 미콤발에 뒤서 마나 용고 말에서래 미콤바 지산 디니기 게랑 잡아들라 다와서 그래 다와 계시 그러와 지산 다와 계랍니다 디니기 최체에 고가 비여봐 뒤서 비여돼 봐서 뒤서 비여 봐서 그래 다와 계 미콤바 게랑 잡아들라 다와 계랍데 아니 최체에 고가 비여 봐서 다 디니기 인텐시 밀리즘 버치들라 라주랑아다 현주랑아세 저 주지 상태가 지금 진짜 디니에서 주체를 고급에 맞아 야고 여봐지 그 여봐 맞아 디니기 류딘 될이야 체디기 디기를 그 신님아 가서 주반하신 체델에나 소소 동화세야 디기 주비야 소소기 디기 주비야다 소소기 동화세야 아니 현다기 동화세야다 디기 주야 현달 로체 투야기 된 캐바전에 차도야 그래서 아니 디마세 개와치마 나솔라 마기야다 하다 미고방 토야기 나솔이 기기 규디야 체델이야 나서 삼마다나 까투체 개와치마 나솔 기모가 차고레스 아니 개와치마 하다 미고방 토버 되어바이네 체델이야 규 사투고레스 아니 디마세 아니 탈비 고방 토야네 체델이야 나서 냠는 체체 안 탈비 고방 토투야다 네 사기 고방 토바이네 토바 되어바이네 나서 잠니제 장슈쌤 냠는 제야다 파준 주위 냠는 제야 여봐 동이 다위 냠는 제야 여되바 디니자 사기 고방 토 규체상 냠는 제 투야기 소소랑랑기 냠는 제바나 나서 류딩기 차네 가르치나 제 투야기 뉴버에게 류딩데 차려야 그래서 제가 류딩에 된다 된 봐서 제네기 뉴버 류딩이 배셔 첨부 다에 되게 뉴버에 받치리스 된다 된 봐서 지나다 된다 다 되니기 된다 첨부 있는 류딩들이야 된다 디 나신이 가서 배셔 땅 거래 배셔 첨부 다에 여봐 나신 먼저 배셔 땅 마도나 먼저 경험하고 그래서 그래 지난 배셔 땅에 여봐 나신 배셔 땅 거 그래서 지산 배주 땅에 여봐 나신 배주 마당 왔지 오다 시베는 아주 경험하고 그래서 지산 배주 땅에 여봐 나신 지 아주 배주 땅 투바 되고 저 그래서 지산 밀리 된다 된 봐서 어디서 배주 땅
This human rebirth that we've achieved that is so precious, this life that can be used as a basis to accomplish the greatest of meanings, it's shown that we have achieved this through investigating our situation. And this we looked at in some detail a couple of weeks ago when we spoke about the 18 qualities that mark this life that we've achieved. And these were presented in terms of the 8 freedoms and the 10 endowments. So the 8 freedoms refer to we have attained all 8 specific states where we are freed from a state where one lacks the freedom to engage in spiritual development. So we have attained freedom from those states. So these are being born in the lower realms of hell, the hells, the spirit realms, the animals, or as a long life God. So we have attained a state freed of being born in such a realm. Moreover, we've born in a place where we have attained a freedom, freed from being born in a place where Buddha's never appeared. We are free from being born in a place where Buddha hasn't taught. And moreover, we're freed from having severe physical and mental impediments. And we have attained a state freed from having committed a particularly heinous, non-virtuous acts. So these are the 8 freedoms that each and every one of us has achieved. Well, these are also translated as 8 leisures, because we have the leisure to engage in spiritual development, to receive teachings, and contemplate on these. And moreover, these 18 qualities comprise the 8 freedoms, as well as 10 endowments. And these refer to the 5 which are personal endowments and 5 which are environmental. So these then are what we have also achieved. And these are particular qualities that we have achieved. So when we reflect on these 18, seeing that we have achieved this helps us to see the great value of this life that we've achieved, not taking it for granted, but understanding that to achieve such a state is incredibly rare and came about with great difficulty. And the importance of understanding, the great importance of understanding that we've achieved a life endowed with leisure is through understanding its rarity, a transformative wish to live a life of meaning will arise. And that strength of mind enables us to overcome whatever obstacles we have to receiving teachings and to meditating on those teachings. And it's through this process of meditation based on knowledge that we can accumulate the causes that will close the door to us falling into the low realms in our future life. Moreover, through our ongoing spiritual development, we will achieve greater happiness in this life, less problems in this life. We will be able to have a greater impact and benefit on the lives of others. And moreover, we're creating the causes to progress towards and eventually attain liberation from suffering, liberation from samsara in its entirety. And moreover, in this very life, we can accumulate the causes to even attain the paths of a bodhisattva, be counted amongst the bodhisattvas, and thereby be sure that we are rapidly progressing towards the attainment of enlightenment. So this is the purpose of engaging in these reflections on our human situation, or our precious human rebirth. This is the purpose that now, this is the third week we're looking at this. And so through meditating on this every day, we'll come to see the great value of this life. And this, seeing the value, we'll want not to waste this opportunity. And as we see here in this sentence, we will not want to die with regret, but rather to live a life of great meaning.
dunga seya dan tiki tuya ane di bezo che tugur wame ane che kala saya la sopa dan dene kanga seya dene so suge pu dakwa kya tsewa che pu kyongya la sopa dan ane che koron su tuya saya ki tsang suya dan delia ane che pu pa suya dan delia sungkyup che dan chasang jang ane so suge pu liya ane che kala che rokwa che pu diki ya chenpo cha che koron su kala saya ki koron su ki 체네 사 마신 봐도 아니 지게 로버체제 안 두스체네 엔제디 아니 둔돌아 여러와다 제가 당하고 미네 디나 신지데 체델이야 지금 대기 삼주야다 동아 삼세야 안 소속이 지 보고 소경체야다 안디네 판도체야 삼디데 근데 눈으로 당하지 미리 찍바래시 하서 찍바래스 제가 디네자 류딩이 천이 켜봐 제바는 아주 그 류딩이 빼 맛에 대지 나신 셰바 나신 가르 베주다이나 베주다 투에 뉴베 예팅인 지 류딩이 차려요 그래서 눈으로 그 류딩이 디네기 베주다의 류딩이 뉴베요 말했어 근데 눈으로 그 류딩 켜봐나 델리아 곰 최최체기 곰자야 고브라고 말해 안에지 데네기 안에 잠니주 곰야다 데네라기 말에 안지 녜중 자주sem세하다 녜중 곰야세하다 계획 침해 된다 삼다 데네 삼다 이거 띵이코네 차네 데네로야 말에 안에 소수기 샹리아 로버체 강아 세워 선배네 샹리아 로버체네 강아 판도 개침부 주투야기 dundu lidin de yo marchna lidin ye chene je bananga zo mi lidin na dundu lidin shi ho kya ba sho wa de jisan kya ba sho wa de a ju ge je dang de da so su ge che di gi do ge ju ya da che di gi nuwa se che di gi ju ya zam che di gi so su gi da bu ro so kyong che zam sam ba na di zam je ba na dundu da chi ba re so da be ju jisan be ju nga du lidin di be ju dang tu go ma be ju dang tu go ma di ma se an ju gi mi lidin de ya 근데 눈으로 하면서 이제 찍이야 수요제 찍사돼 마도 bendigo chimbu gyachimbu shuji tuya yo marwa. That's me luden di nga zo ten di beju chimbu ya ko beju robo ta jene shen le ne bo mangbo ki mi mangbo sue da mi ya kang je da na mi jene kuma ja da du sen dunga mangbo je ba na dine bejo lokba tangwa res. Jinza dine inza, dine ki jeba ina, jik soso shi do do, gyoba chimbu ye, oda ngay di, jike ngay dine ki, diba chimbu che, kanga mungo che, sanpe da, gyoba jeba ina, da, jik ngay dine ki bejo yakbo chik lu dine, jik, yakbo, gyawa chuk tu ma songa sanpe ke dine, gyoba jeba ina, dine shiro chido gyoba jena, dine paya yo ma re chire.
All of us sitting here, we have a wish to experience only happiness in our life. We have a wish to be freed of suffering. And this is something we share with everyone that we know. In fact, with all human beings. And beyond, all beings have a wish to experience only happiness, and a happiness never punctuated by problems. And it's to fulfill this wish that that beings live the life that they do, striving to experience only happiness and to overcome problems that get in the way of the experience of happiness. And with this understanding, if we look at how we live our lives and how animals live their lives, we can see actually there's not that much difference. Humans, like animals, strive to ensure that they have sufficient to eat and that their nutritional needs are met. They ensure that they abide protected from climate. So with humans through clothing and through homes, and animals also through their shelter, they try and stay protected from the environment. Also humans, like animals, care for their offspring, feed them when they're young and vulnerable and so forth. And moreover, humans, like animals, try to live in harmony within their community, whether it's a particular family grouping or whether they're part of a pack or a pride or a mob, just like humans, wanting to live in harmony with others. So in these ways, humans and animals really are no different. Really are no different. But where there is a stark difference, on the other hand, between humans and animals, is with this unique intelligence that humans have. This capacity to perceive and communicate deeper truths. This is something quite unique to human beings. Certainly it's not found amongst animals at all. And it's this intelligence that we have, though, it can be used in differing ways. And we see this in our world. The human capacity that we have can be used to bring about great good. And there are many people who are contributing to their communities, contributing to the nation or even to the world, and helping make the world a better place. But likewise, there are those who are using their unique capacity as a human being to do great harm in this world, either, again, within a family, within a community, or even in the world. So humans have this great capacity to do something quite extraordinary, either bringing good into this world or bringing great harm into the world. So the boundary between humans and animals is this the potential that comes with our unique capacity, which comes with our intelligence. So this really is the boundary between humans and animals. And it's this that marks us out as having a unique potential.
Then Gyobaki Moba, Gyobaki, Chesan Lama, Gyobaki Moba Chores, and Gyobaki Makarchos, Nimbo Lembores, Nimbo, Gyemboba, Nimbo Lemba Shakes, Nimbo Lembas, Nimbo Lamna Carson, Zod Legorwa, Zo, Dangazu, Dalamas, Gyechawa, Zod Sigurwa, the Nimbo, Zod, the Karelamna, Mahajugi, Zo Karelamna, Mahajugi, Dumase, Digi Jubiala. Di juye digi dunga juya da digi se digi juya da dunga se di ganis juya re lamna a juge semba gyuwa ta chine ani digi juya da dunga chugo dunga se gogorwa jine za di nyamnen che delia a juge chue se di da dingi dewa juya di gyudi garsene a san yu donda nyubo di da nyubo se di a juge 제월에 자초를 gyule 자초 니가 자초를 니보스 되아 저기 톱자 대화 디기 조 어디 가서는 산지역 고방 탈 띵이 대화 아니 나 탈비 고방 니보디 동아 차사 싸워내 빠제 아니 띵이 고방 차고래 띵이 대화 톱야기 제보는 말씀做起 다 유난의 징념내 제做起来 아니 가지고 버서는 저기 산지역 고방 토야리야 저기 다 체델이야 동아 세야 단 디기 주에 돈달래 내가 먹고 레요데 이나 조 하래라는 잠니죠 거미하다. 안에 자주 쌤 냠내지야 파진주기 다 자주 쌤이 심비고 거네 안에 파진주기 냠내지야디 제바이나 디규 님부 조어디 님부데 가서 산지고 바토비규 다디 님부 차고레스 자 데네게 디마제 안에 디나신 다 데네게 딜레토스 기부 중을 삼다베나 당하는 저기 네 타바드니 삼바죠 코와레야 꾼다 코와레 타고도 삼비게 타드게 삼바제제 다 코와레 타베 타바세데 마톰나 탑미누 삼 데니게 군을 라제 맞아 진바도 출연 수비 냠는 제야디 다 니보래야 직디샤고를 징디샤고와 그래서 당하죠 니보 중화로 치다 타마기고 데네게 삼담바도면 다 끼워 치마 나송들레 타고 디마타네 타미누 니 타야가 돈달이야 아니 세델이야 아니 진보 출연 수바 준주디게 냠네 제고도 삼제 게주주바이나 데니볼렘 바레스 니볼렘 바스 디냠네 제고레스 데네게 냠네 제바이나 소수게 세델이야 데네게 냠네 지규여바이나 그지 제 소수게 시가라마디나 어다디 nga시나 ngal gyowa me 가서 가서 체델 양하고 저기 제고야게 냠네 취에 냠네 제야다 니 지게 삼로 약보다야디 차상도 지해베 이샬이야 네버지야다 동어제야다 강아 디고사메 선배가 삼로 요바자 세델야는 가서네 데니 시베 이내야 제와치마 디 된줄 기투고래 선배가 삼로 요바자 네 지게 강아지다 셰나다 남자다 교바다 네노주 제소선비 교발링 말레스 제산 디니기 님불랭 거래세데 님불랭세야데 최인냠데 제고래서 그래 기부 숨기 뒤비기 아니 냠랭기 뒤비 최인냠데 제고래서
when the time of our death comes, if we can face that without any regret, without any fear, that such a state is achieved in dependence on how we have lived this life, how we've used this unique and precious opportunity of this human rebirth with this great intelligence and capacity. Those who die without regret do so because they've achieved the essence of this life. So what is the essence of this life? What does it mean, to express that differently? What does it mean to fulfill this life's potential? Well, as human beings, we have this unique capacity to develop and to transform our way of thinking. And it's through this process of being able to transform our way of thinking that we are actually able to achieve our innermost wish, the achievement of a state of lasting happiness, a state freed of suffering. So now, to emphasize this, it's this unique possibility for humans that we can change our way of thinking and thereby overcome suffering and achieve lasting happiness. And it's our progression in this regard that is meant by living a meaningful life, or achieving the essence of the Dharma as we have here. Then if we look at what that means, living a meaningful life in more detail, so here we can think so we think about this in terms of cause and effect. So the effect or the result is the goal that one would strive for, the goal of a meaningful life. And this can be expressed in three ways. And these three different goals or results have their respective causes. So for practitioners who are of the greatest capacity, they have as their goal the attainment of enlightenment, arising as a Buddha in order to be of greatest benefit to others. So to achieve this goal, and that is the goal of their life, they strive to accumulate the relevant causes, which are the cultivation of minds of love and compassion and developing them into the strength where they become bodhicitta. And conjoining that with the practices of the 6 perfections of ethical conduct, generosity, patience, choice, perseverance, concentration, and wisdom. So these are the causes that beings of greatest capacity accumulate in order to live a life of great meaning. Those practitioners who are of intermediate capacity, for whom such a goal seems a bit too daunting, but they have nevertheless come to understand with great clarity that wherever one is within samsara, as long as one is trapped within samsara, one's experiences are pervaded by suffering, and thereby one can never achieve lasting happiness until one achieves liberation from samsara. So they have that as their result, as their goal. That is their objective. So they live a meaningful life by striving to achieve that through accumulating relevant causes. So their causes are the engaging in the practices of ethical conduct, generosity, patience, choice, perseverance, concentration, and wisdom. And they engage in the cultivation of those causes to achieve liberation. And for the third type of practitioner, those for whom such a goal is too weighty, so beings of the smallest capacity, they have developed a genuine fear for the possibility of falling into the lower realms in the next life. They see this as something that may well happen to them unless they close that door. And thereby they strive to accumulate the causes that will ensure they achieve a good rebirth in the next life. So they live a meaningful life by accumulating the causes to achieve the result of a good rebirth as a human or a god. And those causes are ethical conduct, generosity, patience, choice, perseverance, and prayer. So these, as the practitioners of these 3 types of capacity, who have as their goal, they're striving to fulfill that goal through accumulating the relevant causes. This is how they live a meaningful life. And when their time of death comes, and they reflect on the life they've lived, they are able to die without regret, without fear, because they have not wasted this precious opportunity.
Jidane nga zo nyingpo le se chue nyamne che se kibo chungyu chue nyamne che dan dinge nyamne che dan kibo chimbelam nyamne che som jidane de som de ro nyingpo le de som de dine za da nga zo ge da je nga zo kar sam gore lamna da kisi sheba na shin shuba na shin nga zo ge denje mi lu mo che sa de an dine chi le ya an da wa ge da jo ju cha de gen chue chupye chadugin dinig lutin tela danjum liram chesan dinig samdan da nga zu lutin samda odangi lutin di danjum liram chesha kasne mi khomba jedan jawa resha chesa danjum lutin kasore danjum lutin resha da kasore jo chu de chadesha kasne dineza jo chu changwan dawa jedan denba dawa je changde chupye changware jisa dineza ngi de milu rimbu cheresha sambege du samda ne da nga ju ge dinegi danju milu rimbu chesa de kisin da donda chembu dutang gane jugo re se de da dinegi den del de nga du cheba chero da samda je dambo danju milu rimbu se de samda o deni chile danju milu rimbu chesa de ne chesa du sne nga sam lu den de danju milu rimbu cheresha samje 다 되게 삼다 세외절에 된지 밀리 좀 배, 된다 첨부를 가서 세텔이야 소수게 가지 소수게 지게 셴레로 지에 펜버도 두도 안 소수의 디기루야 두고래 배는 안 저기 세텔이야 안지 소수게 잠재 고미하다 인지 고미하다 람냠len체 안 최슈야 안 차산도 제 고업도 되네 요반자 되니긴 잠닌제다 janshusem gomyada parjun duge nyam chedu di chasan geware dela tene ngado kewachi malada mi ko top tu gore dela tene tharbada thamje ki me ko top tu gore dela tene shala phamba kechim du tu chasan deni ki tene be ma cha chim shu jesha samje digo cha chim mi ba de ko nyumse ro sam mang bo ta ne cha chim ba go go deni cha chim de be nu de na milir ti ngado donda chim shu jesha sam deni sam ta ne Dene inzangi delya dene gluten gechen delyangi beju yakos tang tu ji di beju tang de garsen chue nyamlen che de shas dene inzangi ya semje tamji ge dondalya di gi juya dunga se ge dondalya anji beju chi samje ani nge jamba da zewa ninche janshu semgomya da di dene an jinso parjin ju ge nyamle de 야고 지긴 선배 되네 삼다이다 되네 지긴 선배 되네 게 삼담자 샤야 되라 아 저기 난주 전신 삼바 전신 삼내 될이야 님부 링긴 선배 삼다이다 되래
kan ik apoye de summepe di milione bese di tobie kali kapore de summe
de shimedane
de
대신 저는 세상 저기 그 갈래 가고 가서네 밀리는 것이 되라 제
그거서
제일 시나리오 제일
When we're talking about from the Buddhist perspective what it means to live a meaningful life, then this is presented through the trainings of the beings of the three capacities that we've just mentioned, beings of smallest, intermediate, and greatest capacity. In order to actually become such a person who is truly striving for such a goal, to become an actual practitioner of the paths of the Buddha Dharma, the meditations one's spiritual development needs to start with a concerted effort with meditating on this precious human rebirth. The first step of this meditation is to reflect on the qualities that we all have actually attained. And these are the 8 freedoms which were mentioned a few moments before, and the 10 endowments. We need to reflect on these again and again and again to come to see with great clarity just what we have achieved. So what we are trying to see here is what the great value is of this life. This is what we're trying to give rise to, a strength of mind. Because this meditation is at the outset, we can see we're on page 14 of this book. There's still many more meditations to follow. So this meditation is to give us strength, and this strength comes about by recognizing what we've achieved. Then the second step that naturally follows from this is to reflect on the great potential that comes with this life. So we see that we have all these qualities, these 18 qualities, and with this basis, with this life, we can transform our minds. And through this process, we will achieve happiness in this life. We'll be accumulating the causes for ever greater happiness in future lives. And moreover, in this life, as we develop our qualities within ourselves, the impact on those around us will be ever more meaningful. We'll be able to have an impact of great value onto the lives of others. And this comes about through fulfilling our potential as human beings. And that is developing the mental paths that lead to liberation, the mental paths that lead to enlightenment. And this comes about through the reflection of what we all have the potential to achieve in this life. We can all give rise to bodhicitta. We can become bodhisattvas in this very life. And through developing such qualities, it becomes very clear to us what an incredible impact we will have on the lives of all those around us. Thinking like this, we come to see how incredibly precious this life is. When we come to recognize the value of our life, naturally you'll want to live a meaningful life. And accompanying this, not only will we want, following the wish to live a meaningful life, we will want to spend our life in the pursuit of a meaningful existence through turning away from the meaningless worldly activities that currently dominate our minds, our mental activities, our thoughts, as well as our physical activities. And rather, we'll want to put more and more effort into receiving teachings and reflecting on them so that we can give rise to the minds of the six perfections. So this wish not to waste our life, this determination to turn away from meaningless activities and live a life of great meaning, comes about through reflecting firstly on what we have achieved, this life with freedoms and endowments. Secondly, its great potential. And we need to reflect on this repeatedly over a sustained period, using reasoning, using analysis. And the more we do this, the stronger the result will be. Di sumpa di kalika potan drabo nge lapme.
Den lam Atisha lai.
And now looking further at our text, to the third paragraph. Furthermore, think to practice immediately. Drink the waters of meditation now and relieve the thirst of wishing to hold life's essence.
Jasa Dalai Sonam Pene Komba Chudio Pasido Kaukshimu Kom Devaina and of course some Malaria Karasong Chudi Kadiragina, some big that Kaukshu Kongu to Kaukomia Dunyashi Kadiragina, some Kashukom Nakidina Dikanya Dentigua, Chudun Kombe Tumba, Chudun Yawasi, the Kashu Kom Devan, that Dunya Kashu Kom Dunya Kadiragina, some big Gedina, some of the Dikanya Sukshimu Kordigua, on Dinashi. Dada ngi lutin denigi ten denju milu rumboche ye chembo delia ngi an denigi degi duya da dunga seye dondalia denigi nyamle majina tabmidu sambege denigi samlo choadi yaneya shukchembo ge hore kom hore sire.
Here an analogy is used of someone who's tormented by thirst. So if we've done this meditation effectively, like someone who's tormented by thirst, like such a person, their mind will be dominated by the thought of getting water. They'll be able to think of nothing but getting water. Similarly, if we've meditated effectively on this topic, we will have come to see that this life truly is of great value. And we will see that with great clarity that there's nothing else of meaning to do rather than to utilize this life in the most effective way of possible to develop the minds of the Dharma within ourselves.
And the Niki Dambi Chuyamlin Jehovah the Gumzen Gare Lamna, and Chuyamlin Jehovah the Gumzen Gare Lamna, Mazu Digi Dubare, Dunga Se Ure, Dunga Midubare, there is a Chuyamlin Jehovahs. Just a Digi say down Dunga, because Digi Dubia, the Dunga say, Delia, Chuyamlin Chenamato, Nishe, and Kangira Pantuya Maras. Penang Chuyamlin Majebache, and the Chige, Wanchi Chimbo Yovainada. Ben Benjo Chimbo Yovainada, and the Chige Kor, and the Suzuki, and Gyatso and Shuchimbo Yovainada. This Chaza and said Ditsam Gimato, Sechimala Shidu, this Uchi Beju Pandoya Mares. Sechimala, that is said earlier, so Wanchi Shu, Jovena, D. Wanchi Bejita Jenga, Mason Drumes, Yarada Mugo, the Yutu said Bejita to Mares. It's not that so and the Gyatso Mi Pung, Shuchimo Shujovene, or Digi Bejutan, or Damakiwachima, Dangme, and then Chasan Rugia legend, Yarada Mugo Pan, the Dendroya, Dohuelane, Bejutan, and Diana to Mares. That's also Benjo Rosikaze, Shuchimbuena, Benjo Bejutan, Digitone, and Kiwachima Payo Mares. Jesa, she do pay the Garpayers and Suzuki, Wancha, Kayama, Kujala, the Kayama, Corridor, Punjaru, Kazana, Tia Mares, and that Haripingoras and Shielia, Pino de Casana, Chedi Pingo, Gaze, Cedelia, Chewing Yamagaze, Chebana, Digi, Nanzuki Kiwachima delia, Digi to ya, Dendro Kiada, and Digi Yagi Tewudi, Digi Sugoda, just a shoot, Jehovah the Gimsen Dire, Egere.
The reason that we are being encouraged to really develop this inner strength of mind is so that we can spend ever more time engaged in intensive practice of the Buddha Dharma, cultivation of the mind of the Buddha Dharma. And not just more time, but with far greater strength of mind. And the reason for this is all of us want to experience happiness and be freed of suffering and problems. And practicing the Dharma is the only method that can lead to the attainment of a state of lasting happiness. In this we can understand that those in this life who have great wealth, great power, great influence, they would have achieved this through endeavor, through hard work and effort, or at the least maintained it through a great effort. And whilst that will bring some happiness to them in this life, if we question how will it benefit them in their future lives, immediately it's evident that at the time of death, wealth cannot be transported. Likewise, at the time of death, one's loved ones cannot help one, they cannot avert death. And whatever power and influence one has in society or even in the world, these great figures still die. Their power and their influence does not stop death, and moreover, no matter how powerful or influential someone is in this world, they can't use their power and influence to ensure a good rebirth in their next life. No matter how wealthy someone is, they can't use that wealth to pay a bribe to ensure they don't fall into the lower realms in their next lives. The only thing for all beings that goes from life to life to life is the imprints on our mind. And for these imprints to be positive, and for those positive or virtuous imprints to have great strength and power, that comes about in dependence on the mind cultivating them. So it's for this reason that we need to develop minds of the Dharma, because it's through developing minds of the Dharma that we create powerful positive imprints that will help us in future rebirths.
다음에 최 냠린 제바네 냠린 제 두그레베 라네 덴덴 두그레스 좀 누그레스 좀 누그레스 좀 니베게 김장 가려라나 다들 류딘디 덴주기 밀르르 머치레스 아랑 류딘디 덴주 밀르르 머치자 아니 덴주 밀르르 머치레스 지나 안다 최 땡게 최 순간 계위신이 요레스 지상 튕게 차상 주 창되요레스 랑기 뭐에 두고에게 튕게 덴주기 밀르르 머치 주비요레 아니 제 아들을 최딩게 치 계획신인 최딩의 계획신인의 여발에 진짜 네 여나 좀나 되는 아주 최념는지 두고래 제가 되는자 아주 최념는지 두고래 그래서 된다 두고래서 김제 가르스는 아주 된주 밀리를 같이 톱되어래 최시의 계획 튕긴 계획신이 여래 제가 최주의 튕긴 차상 좀 되어래서
And if you wonder to yourself, do I have the capacity to actually achieve some of these great spiritual goals? Do I have the capacity, the ability to live and achieve the results of a meaningful life? Then I want to say with great clarity and conviction that everyone here does. All of you definitely have the potential to achieve great results in this life. And this is because you've achieved, through your own endeavors, accumulated the causes that have resulted in you having attained both the inner and outer required causes. The inner causes being this precious human rebirth with the 18 qualities, and the outer cause of a spiritual teacher. And when these two come together as they have, then a life of great meaning and all that entails can be achieved. So again, I want to emphasize that all of you have this potential in the palm of your hands.
지금 맞아봐 있나 다당한테 덴주기 밀리르 뭐지 톱되어 가래서 지나 덴주기 밀리르 뭐지 톱이야서 배 맞아 갈래 하보래서 지나 denju milu rimbu thoya de kale khabore me gimje gare lamna di yuruya de kale khabore yudi garasana churim namba da ba soya da an jinso jimba de churim soba zunji yamlen chia an de ya an molam da ba shi gores di yusaya de la kale khabo cha de re jesa ngan sedile ma zu samdan churim soya de kale khabo an dinaji an jimba churim sobe yamlen chia de be kale khabo 차고 되네자 지난 단지 밀리르마지 배 맞아 톱하고 슈레스 라하고 슈레스 지난 라하고 보이면서 귀디 두야래 갈래 가봐 차요 지난 체델 양아도 다들 단지 밀리르마지 톱돼요 알았어 제가 치마 단지 밀리르마지 톱으려라는 체델야 소소게 냠는 맞이나 토요 말했어 지난 체델야 소소게 수림 남바다 봐서 짐바다 수준 주변 저바다 전적이 냠는 제 되네 아니 소소게 몰람 야고 답 되네 제바 있나 아니 아주 개와치마 단지 밀루르 뭐 토야 유사고 알았어 되네 자 되네기 맞아 세델이야 ჩვენ 냠는 맞아 봐네 한 개와치마 단지 밀루르 뭐 톱타고 가고 왔어 제 마도 봐네 되네 나상게는 취지하고 레그민도 왔어 지산 세디코로 세딜로로 제고래스 제고비 김전 가서 단지 밀루르 뭐 톱가고 쉬우래스 디링 톱 되어 될야 맞아 봐나 개와치마 단지 밀루르 뭐 톱세야디 갈래 가고 쉬우래스 세델이야 소속에 ჩვენ 냠는 야고 제바이나 개와치마 단지 밀루르 뭐 톱투 그래서 그러다
If we then think to ourselves, but I appreciate that I've achieved a precious human rebirth, which was the first point of this meditation. Moreover, I recognize the great value, what can be achieved with this life, the second point of the meditation. And then we think, but whilst that is the case, maybe I can leave my spiritual development to my next life. Really, I have too much on in this life. Next life, I will make the aspiration to live a meaningful life, to live a life dedicated to cultivating the minds of the Dharma within myself. So if we think that in this way, then this is a sign we haven't meditated on the third point of the meditation. So we've mentioned already the first 2 points, and now the third point of this meditation. And that is that this life that we have achieved came about in dependence on causes that we ourselves in past lives accumulated. And those causes were difficult to achieve. And that is why so few beings have this life, have a precious human rebirth. So any result only comes about in dependence on causes. And the person experiencing the result was the one who accumulated those causes. So here, we ourselves accumulated these causes, and if we're not accumulating them again, we will not experience this result again. So what are these causes? These causes that are so difficult to accumulate. And again, we can see that these causes must have been difficult to accumulate because so few beings are experiencing the result. So the causes are fivefold. First is ethics, having an ethical mind, having a generous attitude. Thirdly, having a patient mind and an attitude of joyous perseverance. And fifthly, making prayer to achieve such a rebirth. So we have done this in the past, and therefore we know we have the capacity because we have done it. And we are experiencing the result now. But if we don't at least achieve these same causes again, we will not be able to experience the result. If we don't accumulate the causes, the result cannot be experienced. And then if the majority of causes we have are those that will lead to a lower realm rebirth, if that's where we are born, our spiritual progression stops. Because there one does not have the capacity and the opportunity to spiritually develop.
직제하단 직다와 가시체나 삼삼라 제베나 아디야 정말해 지래 지선 로체마치 안다 있는 다와 가시기 제려야 죄념의 지기 세베나 어디야 정말 다단 삼당 호리스 다단이 제 호리스 가르라나 로체마지에서 된 안주기 미세들레 템부요마 그디 신해봐요 말레스 지선 안주 시병 안주를 시에 겜배 망고어레스 지선 되는 인상 저기 다들 맞아봐는 로 제마 지긴 생네 로 녀마 제마네 자주심 냠네 지기나 잠닌지 공기 안 최 냠네 지기세 제안 다들 맞이 되어 봐이나 로 제마 말레 파라데 시소나 아니 경험을 가서 최지야 말아봐 시두고 그래서 난 경험을 했어 제가 다들 다와 제마 지긴라네 디네 다와 제마 말레 파라 시소나 최지야 말아 시두고 그래 제가 경험 시부라고 제가 드링이네 다다나야 산이 시기 말에 세팅 안 주게 가서 삼만하나 산이 시기 말에 쓴 거한테 산이 시기면 최하고 그래 하고 해야 돼야 말이야. 진짜 되는 장아도 최지야디 최냠는 지야디 최냠는 데는 지하고래 가서 농아세 되기 두고 그래. 제게 누방아서 요래. 이네 세 다가라는 세 딜레 지하고래. 세 딜레 맞지 다다나 야 드린 파드네 아 드린은 내다 연주가서 그래. 잠니지 고미야다 자주심 냠는 지야. 심지어 탐지기 된다래 산유고마 도외주도 팔진 쪽이 냠네 지기야 산비게 삼로 되니 다되니 지긴 삼제 되니게 삼로 나제 다되니 야파 강투도 제 고주 그래 그래 지상 대야 다다니도 지 냠비 권에 세도하는 당보거라 지상 다다니 셔고래 산비게 삼다 다되니 된주 밀르좀 톱디베 된델량 최냠네 다되니 맞은데 지기면도 섬에 다되니 지긴 삼배 삼당 그래 제
Now we've looked at the three key points of the meditation here, recognizing what we have achieved, seeing how seeing its great value, and seeing how difficult it was to achieve. If we've meditated well on this, we'll want to utilize this opportunity we have. We won't want to waste it. But there is still the danger that one may procrastinate, and one may think, I have too many tasks right now. When I'm more up to date with my to-do list, that's when I'll start. Right now my life is a bit hectic. I will start next year or next month. This is a grave error to make. Having recognized what we've achieved, we must put it to great use right now. And here the meditation progresses to think that this life of great value, this life with a truly remarkable potential that I have achieved through my own hard endeavors, this life that I must not let go to waste, it will end. I can say with certainty, it will end. Every being that has been born has died, and I am no different from them. And moreover, I have no idea when it will end. There's no certainty to my lifespan. There's no certainty that those who are younger will die after those who are older. In fact, in this reflection we come to see that the causes for death are many. The causes of life are very few. In fact, there's none of us, whether sitting here or anywhere, that can say with absolute certainty that their life will not end tomorrow. We act as if it will continue for a long time into the future. But the reality is, our life will end, and it will come to an abrupt end, and almost certainly an end before we had hoped. So therefore, we must practice, and we must practice right now. Whatever remains of this precious human life, we commit to using well. In particular, cultivating minds such as love and compassion, developing them, striving to develop them into the mind of bodhicitta, becoming a bodhisattva and engaging in the actual six perfections. So here, this part of the meditation is to take the strength of mind and to conjoin it with a sense of urgency. And this is the meaning of this sentence. Furthermore, think to practice immediately.
Lam Rim Text kisin chuwa te chipare ta tsonwa donda dikta dire jelame ya devi tende yin norle la diranya pa dere samshi hins nya ka jila namke lo dang ta sulje samne jidin jawa kun bumba chawa shindo to gyurne ninsin gundo nybo lemba kwes
kosa So now we come to, as before, when the section comes to concludes, there's the verse from Lama Tsongkhapa's short Lam Rim that this is a that the commentary was on. So I'm going to read an alternative translation, one by Thubten Jinpa. The meaning is exactly the same of what you have before you. It's just that the lines of what I'll read will match the Tibetan perfectly. So again, there's, the sequence of the lines in the English will be the same as in the Tibetan. This life of leisure is even more precious than a wish-granting jewel. That our found such an existence is only this once. So hard to find yet like a flash of lightning, it is easy to vanish. Contemplating the situation, it's vital to realize that all mundane pursuits are like the empty grain husks floating in the winds, and that we must extract the essence of human existence day and night.
Adisore, Jeremy Chigel, Lam Rim Text, Nala Karsung or Sene, David in the Ijin Norle Ha, said that Marzuki Dajugi, Milurimbuche said, that Mikomba Kedan, David, Joa Jutan Samu, that Milurimbuche, and the Ijin Noble Havares. Ijin Noble said, Ijin Noble said, and Marzuki Pen setting Marzuki, Tahawagi. Norwood some Damana, Sertan, Doji Palam, and the Kaze Yovan, the Denishil, some Danatura, Denigi, Desule Habares, Garasene, Denigi, Norwoodiki Ritelia, Chigi, Bejetan, Sedilia, and the Dogu Juyada, and Chesedi Bejetan, which Bejetan Turimado, Nijin Norwoodiki, Kaze Yovene, Chuyamle Majavana, Semijuatan, Yamle Majavan, Yawachimalia, and Haramigo want to Yomare, and Digi, and the Tabata Tamjiki Boko to the Chag Mare, and Gyatso Magia, Diga to Yomares. She's not done to give 10 Delia, Denjuki Milirimbochidi, Dele Lava, Carson, 10 Dela, 10 hours to get Yamlechin, Gyatso Manson Mikiwa, Radamigo to ya, and Gyatso and the Kasore. Jamnije da Nijun Jansam Yanda, Tawala so Comche, Tabada, Tamjikim go on top to Yagi, drew to again, and Chike, Den Kabachi reader. Then is some Tawenza, Manzugi, then Jim Milimus said, Master Donda Chimbo, the Duencha, the Shavana, Donda Chimbo, she drew to a again, Donda Chimbo is noble at Harvard essay.
The first line. This life of leisure is even more precious than a wish-granting jewel. The life of leisure then refers to these 18 qualities, these 8 freedoms and 10 endowments that we all have achieved. And this is more precious than a wish-granting jewel. So none of us have much experience with wish-granting jewels, but we can think about if one were to have a limitless amount of diamonds and gold. Well, with such great wealth of all these diamonds and gold, on such a basis, one cannot attain any certainty of a good rebirth in the future lives. One cannot attain any certainty that one will not fall into the lower realms. But if we utilize what we have achieved, these 18 freedoms and endowments, this life of leisure, this life of freedom, then we can achieve something of truly remarkable value. So here this first line refers to that what we have attained is something that was so difficult to achieve, but is of great benefit. And that is what is meant by the first line.
Kiawa Mambo Layers among children, Jigasung Daniel Lendia Chegore. It's not Denisa, and said Delia to Kiawa Chimata Miko, Tobiaki, and that Yamlendi, and the Jimbo Sujo General Soba Yamle Yapo Chimato Baina, and Kiawachime Toyaka was. She's not Denisa, Diring Yaba, Diranyaba, Danjiki Milimuche, Diring Tobati, Diring Samjiri, the new Mob and the Toyaki, Kijo, the Yapomadu, and the Totu Mares order.
Second line, that I found such an existence is only this once. So this line then illustrates or serves to remind us of how very difficult it was to achieve this rebirth. So we spoke about the courses, the 5 courses that we ourselves in the past life accumulated, And the result of those causes we are enjoying in this life. But if we don't accumulate those causes again, we won't experience the result again, because without accumulating the full and complete causes, the full result cannot be achieved. So that is the meaning of the second line, that I found such an existence is only this once.
number molam dimameba tapche molam tabach kore cheza dine zan gyu surum suya de kale khabore anti zeba nyemene nyeale kale khabore ane anjimbe nyamne chaba ta chi gyu sa de kale khabo chade cheza dine za tenju mili rimbo che nye khabo shore cheza dine ge kale ra khabo di ndiring rawar se nye ka wares ine ra dine ge dire rawade 지기 지할 바베 마스 레라고리스 가슨 땅은 저기 게디 좋아해 게디 녀바요 말이지 게디 녀바차 녀바요 말이지 디네기 이제 지에 규디를 베 방고 쉬워레스 진짜 디네 이제 지할라 레라고 베 레라고리스 남게 로다다 공부 쉬워레스 와다 공부 남게 로다 베나 저기 디로와 베네 채나군 나공시나 쉬고 쉬어베이나 지금 남갈이야 안 지금 차버저로 로 휴지는 더르스게 로 바야슈와 데니 로 축스 바라도 남가 테스 통그로와 온 데니 뒤스 데니 지로시레스 한쪽에 삼다베 뒤스 통지당 아주 미세센데 오스레데 이네야 남니 지나전 베 뒤스 데니 통노레제 데니 도부시레 되어레스 남게 로 나지 진짜 데니 뒤스 통지 나려야 개워지 계주 좀 바이나 데네 내가 남가로 로 축스파도 통도 어디두스 남사 마로에는 된 너고 차선 야게 조토야 신발와 디나신 다들 고급되는 충충치 라이브 갑려야 아 저기 배수시 우제 다다랑 내가 저기 준 개와 두고 그래서 그러다 남게 로다다스.
And the third line, so hard to find, yet like a flash of lightning, it is easy to vanish. So the first half of the sentence refers to how difficult it was to achieve this result. And again, we can see this through how very few beings in the world do have a precious human rebirth. And the reason it is so difficult to achieve, or as it says here, so hard to find, is because it's so difficult to accumulate the full and complete causes. To have to be ethical, to have an ethical mind, this is difficult. To have a mind of generosity, a wish to help, this is difficult. To be patient in the face of adversity, this is difficult. To have a mind that delights in virtue and is averse to non-virtue, this is difficult. And then those four rounded off with prayer, to do all five, this too is difficult. So it's for these reasons that this life of leisure and opportunities is so very rare and so difficult to achieve. And moreover, in the second half of the sentence, like a flash of lightning, it is easy to vanish. Our life is very short. If we're young and we think of many years ahead of us, it may seem long. But as time passes, we see how quickly it does. And we see how very quickly our life is ending. And here the analogy of a flash of lightning, the way to understand this is if we... tonight when we're walking out and it's pitch black, if there were to be a flash of lightning, we would suddenly see the path before us be clearly illuminated. But a moment later, it would be gone. And this is like our life. In this expanse of time, this precious human life is like a flash of lightning. Something so brief, but if that opportunity is taken, where the path to be cultivated is illuminated, then tremendous virtue will be accumulated. And so that is the meaning then, so hard to find, yet like a flash of lightning, it is easy to vanish.
That truly is something jidin jawa kun bumba chawa shindo to gyurni, and I said you and the girls was 인생군도 인보 렘바 고에 수로와 seksuumde. 자 수디 삼내세 가서서네 denju milu rinpoche de yudanda samta denju milu rinpoche duen chembo imba samta dene duen chembo za denju milu rinpoche nye kawa imba samta dene denju milu rinpoche de ji le la imba samta tu samta ne dade soso rang ge denju milu rinpoche resha di nye kawa de rang ge nye sha denju milu resha ta di pe ji le la resha samje dene ge samta je dene 수디 삼내 sen 디수 김전티게 삼당 오래래 되네 삼당 되네 디 삼나 가져왔으니 지딘 자와 꾸 분바차와 신도 또서다 다때 세 디잠기 지기 디기주야다 세 디잠기 동화세 돈다라 아니 지기 지딘 최기 돈에 최지 냠 제베네 지딘 최기에다 제베 돈에 최게 제베나 지산 디기 에너지 다 세델이나 아니 동화야고 세투야다 강아야 디기주 야고 주투야 차기면 제가 치마는 이네 팬도시가 미도 되네서 대대 디미도 삼지파 분버 차와신도 지나간 중에 디 제일 마소나 빡빡 남고 주메긴 빡빡으로 시샤 삼제 니닝보 민도 삼제 디파 샤고래 샤네 안 되네 가서서는 인생군도 인보 레버고에서 대대는 뒤에 되는지 고갑되네 야고셔 찔이야 되게 삼제 탐 제기도다 나 사기고 고바 토비 칠동이 다 잠니지 고미야다 그 진소 8천조로 소바 제약이 최념을 하고 지기야 삼네 대야 안데 저기 니다 체 그디네데 냠리 지기 선배게 지금 삼당 고레스 맞아 아주 어디 쇼게 지금 님의 권리하는 냠리 지금에 권다도 기워진 예 중에 삼나다 되네 멤버제 내가 그래서 그디 이네 냠리 지기야 선배게 삼는 예지 누바 누도 빼지 아니 두스전 삼당 고레스도
Then looking at the remaining 3 lines of the verse. Contemplating this situation, it's vital to realize that all mundane pursuits are like the empty grain husks floating in the winds, and that we must extract the essence of human existence day and night. So this, what we've looked at previously, what our text is a commentary to this verse. So here we've seen already at the start, we need the reflection on what we've achieved, a life marked with these 18 qualities. And now we see, we continue our reflection to reflect on the great meaning of this life. That is the second point, the purpose, the potential of this human life. And then the third point was to reflect on how this life was so difficult to achieve. So these are the 3 main points of the meditation. We've looked at these last week and the week before. And here we're adding now a 4th point. And that is that what we have achieved is quickly lost. It's quickly lost. So these are then 4 points to engage in analytical meditation. Hopefully many of you will have been over the last couple of weeks, and now into this week ahead will be this 3rd week, gaining ever greater familiarity with these topics. And the result of doing these meditations is that, as we come to here, through these contemplations on our situation, we'll realize it is vital to realize that all mundane pursuits, so our worldly activities, are like the empty grain husks floating in the winds. So this is the result that we come to see that what occupies our mind, these worldly activities, these really have no lasting meaning. They have some importance now. We do need to take care of certain things, but the way they dominate our way of thinking, this is out of balance. And if we've done this meditation, so there's 3 steps plus this 4th one, and how quickly it's lost, as a result of that, our way of thinking will turn away from these worldly activities. They will not hold on to our mental state, our mind so much, because we'll see them as having no essence. They'll be like the husk of grain. Just the husk on its own has no value. It's a grain that has value. And then rather, we'll strive to live a life of meaning. And the verse then continues with us. and that we must extract the essence of human existence day and night. So again, the result of these 4 points of the meditation will be that our mind will turn away from being dominated by worldly, meaningless activities, and rather we will naturally want to have a mind dominated by the Dharma day and night. This is the meaning of extract the essence of human existence day and night, meaning that whatever we are doing day or night, the minds of the Dharma are present within us, or manifest within us, guiding our activities.
lepsendige da dandala dishi shabanan jibare da juge da sosu lutina oda diring denjugi milirimba sacho toba tela tendele yangi ne jige semje tham jele digi tuya dunga sego sewa chigi semje tamje dewa dembar sho sada dunga tawa sho sembe jamni je samta semje tamji dondo sanjo ko bon toba chigi jesa dini enjange jimbada churimla soba nyamne chigi samje da dire di nyamne cheba dia ane 디레는 파 송치는 게 디나디 지게 내 뒤수까지 라와이나 디니 삼다시 냠는 지긴세 냠 지긴세 병아주 두섬 셈슈 셈나야 디니게 담자샤지로와 디니게 담자샤는 아주 가야지하는 바 아니 지기 디니게 삼나 다야디 다야네 양도 삼다야디 잠니제 삼다야디 아니 지게 릉어 있으면 거네샤라 아니 니주 네 너바기메스면 니주 도미야 삼다야디 다 소소게 류롱제 예제도바 예바 디파 제빌레아다시 류마에서 예제도 예배죄바 소라네 제기메스베 도미아레 네 류마 예수미 요관에 샤리아 펜베 자와 그러니까 주투도 된 주긴 셈베 삼다 아니 세베님이제 도진의 삼다에 가지고 어디 삼다에 디샤고디 당고비게 김센디게다 대주에 가와다 아니 된 첨부 임바 아니 지게 두삼다와이나 인디니기 최념는 제알이야 저 셈슐 마셔나 숙체 연구로 하는 자디 삼 데니게 삼다제 어두스체네 제야데 디레샤 나 제마드네 아주다 단닝보 렌타로치다 간에 시고레세드마 다 데니드노 단냠노 삼당고레세드마 시고로다
은데네가 좋았어.
잘했습니다.
Now, when we come to the conclusion of our class, we've looked at tonight the 3 key points of meditation in this topic, and have added a 4th. So it's my hope that in the week between now and our next class, that you'll be able to continue your meditation on this topic, reflecting that we have achieved a life that is precious, in that we've achieved these 18 qualities. Secondly, its great meaning, its purpose, its potential. Thirdly, its rarity and how difficult it was to find, but yet we ourselves accumulated the causes for this. So therefore we know we have the potential to accumulate these causes again. And then fourthly, that this life that we have achieved, this can end at any moment. It's certain it will end, it's uncertain as to when it will. So therefore, not only must I put it to great use, but I need to do so right now. So this is what we've covered. And then if you've already been meditating on this for a couple of weeks, and now we're going to the 3rd, then you'll be having some strong familiarity with this. And you'll be ready then to include meditations on love and compassion within this. So having meditated on these 4 points and given rise to the commitment to live a life of meaning, then meditate on suffering beings who have not achieved such an opportunity. Generate love for them with the wish, may all beings develop the causes for lasting happiness. Generate compassion for others, may all beings be freed of suffering. And in this way we can, having reflected on what we've achieved, generate the aspiration, may others do so too. May we become a developed being who can guide others to develop the causes for lasting happiness, and to eliminate the causes that would otherwise lead to suffering. And with this strengthening commitment to cultivate the minds of Dharma within us, then engage in the meditation on the minds that create the causes for similar rebirths to this. The mind of ethics, which is the commitment not to harm others, to ensure that our mind doesn't go in a negative direction, a harmful direction, and thereby we prevent physically harming others or speaking in an abusive manner to others. And accompanying this, we generate a mind, not only will I not harm others, but I'll help them, I'll benefit them. And this is the wish to give, the mind of generosity, the wish to help others. And so here we're making a dual commitment. I will ensure my mind doesn't go in a harmful direction. Moreover, I'll ensure my mind stays in a virtuous direction, a mind that wants to benefit others. The third meditation is that of patience, which is a mind that stays undisturbed in the face of adversity. And this comes about if one has independence on effectively meditating on a mind of ethics, the wish not to harm, and the mind of generosity, the wish to benefit. Because the result of those two is one will be patient in the face of adversity. So that's my hope, that you have the time to do these meditations each day over the next week. Next week we'll continue with the new outline, and we'll see, as we see here at the bottom, page 14, how should you take the essence of the opportunities provided by this human vessel. So that's what we'll look at next week. So thank you, and now we can start with our concluding prayers.